tonight for a preliminary hearing on 15 counts of first-degree murder. Dahmer waived his rights to hear the charges read aloud, calmly telling the judge he understands his rights.
You understand all of that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
You have the right to be represented by an attorney, and you certainly are represented. You have the right to a preliminary hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
But while Dahmer assured the judge he knows what's going on, his attorney is paving the way for an insanity plea. Gerald Boyle says being mentally ill is different from being competent to stand trial.
He is clearly competent to do that, but that does not mean that at the time of the commission of these offenses that he wasn't suffering from a mental disease or defect, and that's what's being investigated now.
Boyle says psychiatrists are testing Dahmer in his jail cell, where he is still under a suicide watch. But Boyle angrily denied reports that the confessed serial killer is getting special meals, special treatment from the guards.
They're absolutely absurd. There has not been one statement that has been brought to my attention relative to how he is being treated in the jail that has any real merit to it.
While Dahmer's lawyers and psychiatrists build his defense, murder charges against him mount. Prosecutors formally accuse him of 3 more killings today. 2 of the victims were allegedly strangled and dismembered in his grandmother's West Allis home. The 3rd in Dahmer's Milwaukee apartment. Dahmer says he chopped up the bodies and then simply threw at least one of the victims' remains out in the trash. Families of those victims will never recover the bodies.
How a human being could do this to another human being and not feel any remorse for it.
Jeffrey Dahmer will next appear in court here in 2.5 weeks for his arraignment, when, after shocking the nation for weeks with his grisly confessions, he will finally enter a plea in court. In Milwaukee, Elizabeth Vargas, Channel 2 News.
Jeffrey Dahmer may never be charged with all of the murders he says he has committed. He has confessed to 17. Now he is formally accused of 15 murders, and the prosecutor says he isn't planning any more charges. There have been no charges brought in the case of Stephen Hicks, who Dahmer says was his first victim. Police are still analyzing pieces of bone dug up near Dahmer's boyhood home to see if they are the remains of Hicks. If convicted on all counts at trial, Dahmer could be sentenced to 15 life terms plus an additional 150 years in prison.